Hey everybody, Nathaniel here. I have a little idea I wanted to share with you. The next time that you are worried or scared or in fear or doubtful or just not understanding, basically the next time you don't know enough about something, because that's usually all it takes, right? When you know enough about something, you don't, and it still might be scary, but you're not scared by it anymore because you understand it, right? The next time you just, or the next time you're trying to figure out your life and you're just not sure how something's supposed to fit together or how something's supposed to work. Okay, if you're not sure how something is supposed to work, I want you to ask yourself, do I know how my lymphatic system works? Do I know how my thyroid works? When I cut my hand and it scabs up and heals itself, do I know how that works? You don't. In fact, you're not even doing it. It just happens. Life is intrinsically built with this trust factor. I don't know how good the trees are at converting the air for me to breathe oxygen. Like, that just happens. It's natural. I have to trust that it will happen. I have to trust that every night when I go to sleep, all the trees are going to keep doing their jobs all night so I don't suffocate in my sleep. So this doesn't mean don't do anything and just let it figure itself out. It means trusting is usually a good option because you're already doing it all the time. You wake up every day and trust that your organs are doing the same thing they were doing yesterday. I don't know about you, but I don't have a meeting with my organs every morning and say, hey liver, so I still need you to secrete bile, and hey heart, I still need you to do that pumping thing, right? It just keeps happening. And by that keep happening, by that happening, I'm progressing and growing. I grow because my organs do what they're supposed to do. So, if we translated that, your life is, regardless of what your mind wants to come up with, your life is naturally progressing. Okay? It doesn't mean you gotta know every single part. Do you have any scabs on your arm right now? Look at that. When was the last time you even focused on it? And went like, heal, heal, heal. That probably doesn't even, it probably helps a bit. But you know what I mean. It's not necessary. It will heal perfectly fast, and you could totally forget about it, and it'll heal perfectly fast. It's pretty incredible. So, life is designed to be trusted. If it wasn't, we'd come in knowing a lot more variables than we already know, or we'd somehow learn them along the way. We even could learn how your lymphatic system works to the minute degree, but it still doesn't change the fact that you don't have to do a single thing for it to operate. You don't have to do a single thing. You can do things to make it operate better, like lymphatic exercises, like jumping up and down. How often do you do this? I do this every single day, literally like as often as I can remember too. Just up and down. Get all your lymph shaking up. That's really good. So that helps. So you can start to understand dynamics of it. But you're not doing a single thing, and it's still happening exactly how it's supposed to. So, whatever that thing was that you were stressing about because you're not exactly sure how it's going to work, I'm sure that thing is not as cool as your body. Or not as cool as how trees give us air to breathe. So, the fact that those cool things are working without you knowing about it means whatever that thing is you're thinking about, which is just some little variable of your life, is probably going to be just fine and will probably work itself out perfectly. In fact, not even probably, it will work itself out perfectly because everything does. Isn't it amazing? Not a single thing is exempt. Not a single moment is exempt from the divine unfolding, from like the perfect unfolding of what is happening in your life. Because even the worst thing could happen, but it's actually your response to that thing that gives it any sort of meaning. You have the same thing happen to 10 people, and they all respond to it differently. You could have the same shitty thing happen to 10 people, and half of them it could be that one thing that changes their life and makes them the best person they've ever been, and they help the whole world. And the other 5 people could just be depressed and disempowered by it for the rest of their life and become alcoholics. What's the difference? The meaning that was given. How do we get in the way of that? Now, of course, the people who become alcoholics probably have been running deep emotional programs and patterns for years. So you can't blame, it's not like saying, well, you should have been more empowered. It's like sometimes you don't even know that you're operating from this level that makes everything disempowering for you. So it takes a little practice, and that's where I come in. That's where you come in. That's where this community comes in. We are here to wake up the world to understanding how some of these dynamics of the body work. We do understand how the mind works in a lot of ways. We do understand how the subconscious mind works in a lot of ways. So thanks for being on the team with me. And I love you very much. Check out my Nativa shirt. It's purple. Woohoo! Yeah, I love you guys. I have a few openings left for one-on-ones, if any of you are still interested in that. I get messages from that every once in a while, and we do them, and I've decided now I'm only giving myself a certain amount of time slots. I'm actually using a calendar now, which is amazing, but I'm actually giving myself a certain amount of time slots to do it, and I have 3 left. So if you're interested, the first half an hour is free, and then it's $60 an hour after that. And we probably won't even need more than an hour total anyways. If you send me a good old email beforehand, I'm all ready for you and we know what's going on. But it's a lot of fun. I've had hundreds of clients, no bad experiences. I think you'll enjoy it. We'll take all that stuff we just talked about right now and apply it, and it's a lot of fun. I love you guys so much. Trust. Trust, trust, trust. Now back to the practicing emotions thing. As soon as this video is done, I invite you to give yourself, set a timer for even just 1 minute and feel what trust feels like. Think of all the things that you're trusting. When you turn on the light switch, you trust that the electricity is still on. When you turn on or you pay your bill, so you know it's on, but you know what I mean? Think of all these little things that you just trust for them to... It's incredible. Every single appliance, for instance, in this house, I didn't make it, somebody else made it. So the fact that it's sitting here means I trusted that somebody else could do their job right. Our life is just, it is saturated with all these ways we're just subtly trusting and don't even stop to think about it. And when you realize all the things you are trusting, it invites gratitude, right? So give yourself 1 minute, give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Allow yourself to feel nothing else but trust, and feel it as deep as you can. It's a really good feeling. Feeling how much there is to trust and how everything shows up for you and how trustworthy you are. It's an incredible feeling. And it's good to really know what that feels like and shut everything else out. To give yourself permission to just do that for a minute. It's safe. I promise it's safe for 1 minute to just feel trust. And the rule for that minute to make it work really easy is thoughts don't count. Okay? Or I guess in this case, any thought but thoughts about trust don't count. But only empowering thoughts about trust. Yes, there might be things in your life right now that you don't trust. A person who might have just done something untrustworthy. That's great. They're not a part of this equation right now. Just think about the things you do trust and that are trustworthy, including yourself. And trust is a powerful feeling. Trust and gratitude. Potentially the two most proper ways to respond to life. It's all good. Here we go. I love you. Bye-bye.